Oh, I tell you, if I never get hit with another sleep gas for as long as I live, that'll be the best day. Are you all right, lad? Don't you worry. Old Sean here, I'm going to look after you. I have been kidnapped more times than I care to admit. And I want you to know everything's going to be fine. Don't you worry. Help is on the way. I know. The supervillain comes in. He says his diabolical plan. Then he knocks you unconscious. Does he kill you then? No. He puts you in here. You know why? Because he wants us to see his big plan. Now, if he had a lick of sense, he would have killed us right then and there. But did he do it? No. And so I don't want you to worry one wee bit. One time, we went to my family's old castle in Ireland. I know, it sounds fancy, but it's mostly debts. We go to the castle where my family is from. And we find out, oh, big surprise, it's a trap. And there is my cousin, Black Tom. And Black Tom, he can shoot energy beams from a shillelagh. Oh yeah, he can shoot energy beams from a stick. Hoop-de-doo, I can scream really loud. Oh, big deal, Tom. And that's versus all of the X-Men. We could take him out, no problem. But you know who he's hanging around with now? Why, it's the Juggernaut. Yeah, the Juggernaut, who is literally invulnerable. I mean, that's his whole thing. It's not just that he's strong. Colossus is strong. It's not just that he's big and tough. It's that he's literally indestructible, except right there on the noggin. And of course, we would have been done for if it weren't for Jean coming to the rescue. Aye. Saints preserve Jean. She deserved better. I get a tear in my eye just thinking about all the things that she was through. But you know what turned the day in the end? 'Twas leprechauns. I know. Here they are talking to an Irishman. And he says, leprechauns came and saved the day. What are the odds? But that's just the world we live in. Sometimes your friend, who looks like a devil, but is actually the best lad you could ever hope for, he gets stolen away by leprechauns. Aye, go figure. And that ends up winning the day. So I want you to know, things are gonna be alright. You and me, we're going to be alright. So tell me about your powers. Tell me, what is it that you do? Why they thought they needed to kidnap you and bring you here with an old man like me? Really? Well, that's kind of impressive. Is that, had a kind of a high body count with a power like that? Well, I'm glad you've been able to keep it in check. When we're all done, I'll have to introduce you to Charles. He can probably give you a whole lot of help that I really would not be able to. Let me tell you, you want to learn to control your power, because you think it's always going to be there for you, but it might not. Once, me and the other X-Men were there in Japan. Beautiful country. Have you ever been? Well, you should go if you ever get the chance. But hopefully not when an evil villain calling himself Moses Magnum is in a volcanic lair. I ask you, really, What self-respecting supervillain is going to go and go in a volcanic lair? It's so cliched. I know. Well, the X-Men are doing pretty good against him, but the problem is he was able to power up his device. And the chain reaction was probably going to destroy a large portion of Japan with the tsunami. Now, I can scream really, really loud. And I was able to match the frequency of his device. But now, that required me to lock off an entire mountain sonically for the better part of a minute. It burned me out. And after that, well, my scream was gone. Now, fortunately, there was a lot more for me in life. I couldn't really go on being an X-Men after that. But of course, there was Moira. We went back to her island and we were happy for a time. Then I bleeding good shot. Can you believe it? They just up and shoot me. But as it would happen, this was right after those nasty marauders came in and they just massacred all of the Morlocks. Well, most of them anyway. But one of the ones left, nice chap, long beard. Well, he had the power to heal. So he takes his wrapped up hands and he lays them on me, just like a saint, I tell you. He puts his hands on me, and I'm healed. I'm healed from the bullets. But there is more. Oh, aye. When he healed the bullet, he also healed me throat. Oh, aye. And I came back. Oh, did I give him a scream. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not just yelling and blasting down that wall right there. It's because I know better. I can tell by the vibration in the floor we are not on Earth, my lad. Oh no, we are in outer space. And this happened to me once before. Fooled me once. If I scream through that wall, there's going to be a big wallop of vacuum on the other side. And you know, the one thing I need to use my power, well, it's rather air. It's going to be a bit of a problem. And so what do? Why, we wait, lad. We wait. Because I remember Jean. Well, she had the power to speak to your mind. And so does Charles. So does a few other of my friends from the X-Men. And I want you to know, they told me they're on their way. So you get that power of yours ready, my lad, because we are about to have a chance to use it. Now, are you ready? Well then, boy, let's let him hear us scream.